Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a social media app that I think's a bit interesting, honestly. I do want to apologize. I'm still pretty congested, so I apologize for that. So this is an app I've been using for a while. This is the new beta version, in-house beta for the website version, which has very few options, which is basically just to make a social media post. I don't even think it lets you make a review. Yeah, it looks like you posted. Yeah. So, post is the only thing you can actually do right now. You can't link through the game database still, though, so that's good. But yeah, all the other options are not functioning yet on the web browser version. I just have it to show off because it actually is one of the things I was going to talk about. So, this is a social media app that is for gaming in like directly just gaming. And I think that's really nice because I don't think it's like probably strange to say that people heal, and this will be something of a topic here too. But I think a lot of us can agree that social media in general, what people think of when someone says that, is a very toxic and pretty fucking inhuman place these days. People incapable of debate, people incapable of just being human and talking to each other, and people are just extreme and violent and shit about stuff. And it's sad. And it's really nice to see there is just a place where people who just want to fucking have video games and that can go without having to see all the negativity and awful shit that stupid people are doing. So, let's talk about it. So, similar to Mii's and the 360 avatars, that you can make an avatar character. You don't have to, but you do get some default clothing, and as you level up on the app, you can unlock more. Not really something I personally care much about. As you can see, I'm kind of like a waggedy zombie survival of that, so I kind of feel like that goes with me a bit. And yeah, you can level up from logging in, making posts, making reviews and things. And this down here is a bit of a new future feature. This basically indicates like how active you're on the app, posts, reviews, like how you're engaging with the community. And the idea I do like the idea of it because it shows, like, if you go to someone's profile, be like, this person contributes stuff to this, the database, reviews, opinions, and things. They post things and stuff. But one thing I don't like is it has this kind of weird engagement system where essentially, let's say, I post reviews. I've posted 16 of my reviews, links to my reviews in this app. And that builds that up. But when you have downtime or you haven't posted anything, it goes backwards. It downgrades. And the higher it is up, the further back it regresses when you're not doing anything. And I get the idea is probably to get people to want to come back and engage with the app sooner than later. But to me, it kind of comes off kind of negative, predatory-ish to be honest. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because it's just a number metric. But it does kind of come off as kind of I don't know, what's a term for it? The kind of shit where people with a loot box feels of missing out kind of vibe thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is just a metric, and it doesn't actually affect or do anything. It's just literally a number going up and down at the end of the day, so it really doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, I would like the idea of being able to tell, this person, if, let's say I was looking at user accounts or looking at posts and I saw, it says this user has like a 50% thing. Like it gives me an idea that they do reviews and stuff, and I like it in that kind of idea, because I mean, obviously everyone in the app is probably not a reviewer or that. They may, like, you can give games ratings, and then you can also like actually give either a text review, or you can link to a review, which I can link to my YouTube reviews I do. So, not every, like, I'm sure, you know, most people probably rate this stuff, but not everyone's going to sit there and either make a video review or an essay typed out review of what they think of the game and that. You know, you're going to have a user base that are probably going to be interested in looking up people who do that. So, I kind of feel like there's a missed thing on being able to use this to indicate people who do stuff like that. Again, that's just me, you know. Now, what's also interesting, too, is you can add, like, you can have a backlog, games you've beaten, the games you're currently playing, and people can view, and it can show how many days you've had that on your list, though, that you're quote-unquote playing and such. So see, you can see the stuff that I'm playing, how long it's been on my list, stuff I've beaten, stuff I put on my backlog, stuff I've waited. You can make a wish list, you can make top 10s. I don't have a full top 10 yet, because that's a really tricky, not easy thing to make or come up with, so... But, and I have, of course, an odd list of JRPG, RPG type stuff of that. But, yeah, you can make lists and things. You got the community pages where people post things. You can see people's just normal posts, reviews, and things that get posted up. You can go discover stuff, look up some games, see what's hot, what's the really, like, looked up game right now, people playing right now. You can go and wait stuff. You can go and DM people. Man, DMs. Nice to have DMs. You know, I miss having DMs on, like, YouTube. I remember the old days of, like, contacting a lot of people on YouTube. Yeah. Whipped. But yeah, and you can, of course, add stuff, like, about yourself and that. You can see how he posts, reviews, you can bookmark stuff, your followers, of course, that. Your followers, people following, your following and such, and you can follow games. And by following games, you can see, like, people's posts and things related to that. Like I said, you can look up stuff and that, and I just took this screenshot to show, like, you can control a lot of different search results, you know, look by console and stuff. And right now, mine's just random because, you know, I own most consoles and things, so, like, I kind of sometimes when I got time to kill in a line or something, I'll just scroll down and find stuff that I still haven't added to my backlog. As a lot of people know, I own, like, up to, like, 5,000 fucking physical games now, so obviously, like, not even a, like, small fraction of my collection's on my backlog. I think I got about, like, maybe half-ish of the games I finished on my thing, so, I mean, I'll probably never get everything on now, but it's something I slowly put little on now. I would like, something I would like to comment that I would like to see with this is I would like to see, like, options to, like, filter out games you own on a particular console. Like, so, you know, Final Fantasy X, for example, you know, there's, well, you got the original PS2 version, you got the Vita version, you got the PS3 version, you got the Switch version, you got the PS4 version, you got the PC version. It'd be nice if there was, like, an option, be like, I don't want stuff that I already own in one facet listed. Because, like, that's one thing I hate when looking through, like, random and such. You even though you might own one or two versions of a game already, it will keep showing other versions of it. And, considering I own a lot of fucking games, I see a lot of shit over and over and over again. You have an option to hide games. You can swipe it sideways and hide it, and it won't show up again. But again, that's a lot of stuff, and it would be really nice just to have an option to click all that shit off, and it would really show me a lot more my own results myself. That would be something I would love to see. Another thing I would love is, as far as I can tell, and I'm just gonna double check you, as far as I can tell, there's not an option to like view like through like publisher or the cradle of the games, as far as I am aware of. Like looking, like if you look at the games tab, yeah, like here, like game info, I can see it's Blizzard Entertainment. We're looking at Diablo 4, but oh wait, actually there is an option. It looks like if you, now this is looking at the game page. It's kind of buried a little, so you have to go to the game page, scroll down past the achievements, trophies, and stuff, and go to game info, hit the arrow that points to the right, and then there is a clickable link of the cradle and publisher, and it brings up all their games. Okay, so they do have a thing on there, but I don't remember seeing it on the search thing. Like you can see, there's platforms, categories, genres. So if I type in Atlas, let's see. On one hand, it did bring up, it brought up some games. Brought up 3 games, and I can see why it brought them up, because Atlas is in the title. It brought up the DLC for Takana's shopping channel for Dancing in Starlight in Metaphor's digital anniversary edition, because it says Atlas 35th. So yeah, it did not, like, the search results do not allow me to look up like the cradle or publishers. And as far as I can see, there is no option to do that in the search results itself. So it looks like the only way to do that kind of function is to literally, you have to go to a game of theirs and scroll all the way down to game info, hit the side, and then it will let you look at them. So it is there. So I stand corrected on that. Is in the app into some capacity. It's just a little bit more hidden, so that does exist somehow. So I stand a little bit corrected, but it would be probably still nice to be able to fiddle around with that in the search results too, because let's say you're not familiar with a company so maybe you don't even know a game to start with, maybe, because of course you could just say, well, then Google it. Fair enough, but yeah, just say. Now, as a Android user, I use an Android phone, and there is a functionality to be able to search by scanning the item. And for me, like, ever since I first tried this has never worked, and it always shows just a black box. And when I asked somebody about it, I was asked, do I use Android? They said yes, and they said, we have a problem with Android, and it's something we're looking into. Now, it's been several months since I've started the app, and it has never been fixed. It's still, this is a fresh, new picture of this, is still just a black square when I open the option to scan something. It's still a non-functioning thing for me personally. Now, a few of these problems I think would not be as big of a problem if everything worked on the web. Now, like I said, this is a beta. Like, as far as I understand, they are planning to have everything you can do basically on the app basically be a thing you can do on the web version. And this was going to be one of the things I was going to majorly talk about with this app and they just recently started this, quite recently, when I was going to actually do this video talking about this. So it's good that they're actually doing that, because I think if they want to grow into an actual, like, successful social media type thing focused around games, I think they definitely need to have a web browser version of it. Because for one thing, as somebody who makes on the content creating side of things, somebody who does reviews and stuff, I feel more hindered being able to do stuff on the mobile versus if I was able to do it on the web browser. I would be able to easily, like, if I go live stream, I could easily do it on here. Like, when I tried testing that out, like live streaming and posting that I'm live streaming, and I think it's nice. People get to see it and stuff, but it's annoying to do it because I have to get my link and my thumbnail photo that I use and everything, and what I want to post all on the mobile app thing. And you know, who likes using the little mobile keypad over an actual keyboard on top of needing to get the file in link on the phone? So it's a little bit more annoying in my opinion versus where I can do it really quickly and easy on my computer or that. Because obviously, like, I can grab the URL right easily right off my own browser and dump it into the post, type whatever I say, throw in the, because, you know, I have all my thumbnails on my computer, I don't have them all on my phone, I have to always keep sending it to my phone to do that. So I would post in like get a lot more my reviews and stuff up way faster in the database if the web version actually gets that point, because it would be easier to do, because it's a big hassle to me personally on the phone. I get all the youngins or more used to doing all their shit and having all their shit on their phone versus probably their computer, but and I'm not necessarily saying neglect the people on the phone, because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who make the more like traditional posts and things on the phones likely in that, but I'm just saying it would be nice for people who want to be able to do stuff on the computer, or be able to put stuff on there easier. On top of that, you know, they did make it where you can't connect your Xbox and PlayStation to your account, and they supposedly will add all your games and stuff and show your achievement scores and stuff. Now, I have not personally done that myself. Personally, the reason I don't like linking up stuff like that myself is because of how, you know, companies have this negative, how could you say? I'm sure anyone who's been in the gaming community long term has seen, like, stories of someone getting banned off, like, Steam or something, or Ubisoft store, or off of PlayStation or Microsoft, and you lose access to all your fucking digital shit you have. It's all gone. You can't connect online or whatever anymore. Obviously, that's devastating a lot of money and shit. That's terrible. And sometimes, obviously, there are cases that are warranted, and sometimes there are some cases that are unwarranted. And personally, I think even if it's warranted, I don't think a person obviously should lose access to at least single player stuff. It's one thing to say you can't be a part of our online community because you're toxic or whatever you did or that. I feel it's another to say, like, we're gonna take all your single player games away. Fuck you and that. So when, like, say, like, Discord teamed up with, like, Sony and stuff, like, I'm not interested in linking all my accounts for that stuff myself. But the option's there. And I just do that because I don't want something if like a mistake or something happens to, you know, drag everything that's linked to it down, if you know. Like, if you got banned, like, hypothetically, if for some reason got banned off Discord because, I don't know, haters or hate mob convinced them to ban me, and that ooh, excuse me, and that like trickled over to my Sony account if it was linked to it per se, like which it isn't, like I said, but that's just a hypothetical and that worst case scenario kind of thing. And I mean, Melee probably isn't going to happen to a lot of people, obviously, but still, I'd rather it not happen to me at the end of the day, though. Because there's definitely been a lot of weird, stupid incidents with shit like that. So it's, here's interesting. So, like I said, posts do show up in the community thing, but let's see, what happens if I... So you can't select the game. So you can see the reviews people post on the community thing. You just can't actually access the review section yet. So that's nice to see, but obviously limits how much stuff. Also, this reminds me, I need to actually try Resident Evil Weevils. I've never played it, and it's oop. Okay, sound was all we need. I didn't mean to play someone's video of that. But yeah. Ooh, Soul Sacrifice. Very good game, by the way. Very fantastic game. But yeah, I like the idea of the app and everything. I just feel like it really, having a web browser version would, personally for me, be way better than the mobile version. The mobile version, I'm not saying I don't get any use of, but like, I would be more encouraged to do my kind of posts and putting reviews up more on the web browsing end of it than the mobile version myself. Especially like, honestly, the people who type up reviews, like, honestly, like, I do video reviews, so obviously I have a way easier time, obviously, compared to anyone who makes like a giant text log review. Like, I can't imagine trying to type that up on a fucking mobile device and then, and then getting it submitted. Especially out of the feel of it getting forgotten or deleted or, like, your phone reboots or something like that. So, yeah. But I like it. Like, I've looked through the community tab, some of that. Like, I have not seen toxicity or, like, awful people or anything really on the app. And to be fair, it's because, you know, it's a small community. And I think, I'm not necessarily saying they shouldn't try to become bigger, but I think it is good to definitely keep a focus on gaming in general. Like, you know, Twitch used to be, like, for example, Twitch used to be, you know, a streaming platform that was meant for gaming. And while it still does have a strong ties to gaming, it's branched out into a lot of other things that I feel like kind of led to a lot of toxicity in their end and such. And, like, I think it would be better to just stay mostly focused on video games. Maybe you could do a little bit of anime-ness or weebness, but I think it would be on the better end of just staying focused on video games, because I would hate it to, like, turn into a very toxic shithole like Twitter and shit is these days. Like, it's just, ugh. But overall, those are my thoughts on Fuze, gaming community app. I'll try to leave a link down below so you can find the app if you're curious about it. Because, like I said, there's a lot of other companies and things that use Fuze as a part of their name. So, initially, again, looking it up can lead to be a little bit odd. But overall, I actually like it. I just really wish, my biggest thing is I would really wish Like this to me would be the #1 thing to get going, getting all the stuff working on the web version. You know, this is a minor complaint. This is like a super, like, I'm just lazy, I don't really want to type out a long name of a video game or something, or I can't read whatever the hell font the game's name is in. Like this is a very just lazy complaint, honestly. So this would be the very last thing. This would be my top priority personally on the things I would like to see get done with that. But otherwise, like, I haven't really ran into any bugs other than the scan thing. Like, everything has worked. There have been a few times where the like avatar doesn't load and it just shows the default look of it. That's happened a few times. That was more in the earlier stages versus now. I think the last time I seen that happen was about 3 weeks ago. So I wouldn't say like it's super common. It was a little bit more common when I first joined the app. So I think they'll gain that be a little bit better in that regard. But again, not big. You know, it's just a very cosmetic thing. It's not the main draw of the app, of course. That so. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. The game. Those are my thoughts on the game. Fuze. Fuse your thoughts, my friend. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the app. And you know, if you're like me and you just sick of like Twitter, like trying to talk about video games and to people about video games on like Twitter and shit. Between Twitter being toxic cesspool and Blue Sky being nothing but art bots, like, I don't know how other people's experience with Blue Sky, but like I always have a bunch of artist bot accounts trying to engage interaction with my my account, so people would say that's a much better platform. Maybe it's better in the toxicity era, but I think it would be a similar thing to this, where it has a small user pool, though, too. But yeah, I have way too many bot interactions on there, and I feel like this kind of thing, bots ain't gonna really bother with at least this for now, but either way, though, nope, those are pretty much my thoughts on it. I like it. I think it's neat to check out on that. You can keep it, and it's like, you know, I have like my big giant ass Google Doc that I have. You know, actually, I want to say this as one last thing, actually. So this was something I thought about. I have a giant Google Doc database of like almost the majority of all the games I own and stuff. There's a few things still need put on it, but overall it's probably like 90-95% of my video games on the list. You could essentially put that on this app, but I feel like this would be the first thing that exists for this purpose. There are other apps and stuff that do that kind of purpose, and I've seen some that have, you know, fallen to the wayside and people lost access to the gigantic lists they had. I think it would be nice to be able to use this app for that function, but on top of that, if they were to do that, I think it would be nice if there was an option to download a list of your different categories, like when you like where you can like say, I want to download a list of my backlog and have it organized by system and have everything listed in there and that. I think that would be a nice functionality, so that would encourage people to keep using this, but have the option to print out those lists if, say, like, Fuze was to go down, or it's just even convenient if you want to give it to someone or something. So I think that would be a nice, interesting option too. And you know, you don't need like all the photos and stuff, just like a actual list of the names that would be a nice feature, in my opinion, as well. But, again, you know, that's just me. Anyway, I probably mumbled and wumbled and grumbled too much all the way, as I'm always known to do. But, I just wanted to share this app because it, like I said, is definitely, a more smaller base of people using it. And then, you know, there's of course new people coming by all the time and stuff of that. So, I just wanted to throw it out there because I've had 2 people ask me about it that found out that I was using it and that. So I just thought I'd give a bit of a rundown what I thought about it and things about that. And like I said, you can link your trophies and stuff. I don't really know much about posting your direct trophies on the app, because like I said, my accounts are linked to it. I don't really like doing that personally because of the feel of some company doing stupid shit. Like, you want a good example of that? I always remember the story about this, and anyone back in the Xbox 360 era might remember this story. This guy lived on a military base that was actually called Fort Gay. It was actually called Fort Gay. And Microsoft banned him for living there because they didn't believe it was a real place, and it was, you know, offensive. They thought it was an offensive thing. And, like, the fact that he actually had to get, like, a lawyer or some form of fucking shit to be like, no, this is a real place. Now give him... Ooh, excuse me. Give him access to his shit again. That was a real thing that happened, and obviously that is not something he ever meant to do, and it wasn't meant to be offensive or anything. So, like, shit like that, I think it's just easier to avoid, not having all like, shit linked together and then have them all suffer from the stupidity of it. But anyway, wambled, bumbled, wumbled too much. If you have any questions about this app that you would like to know that you don't feel like I covered here, feel free to ask me that. I'm willing to explain or talk about anything about that I'm aware of that. But yeah, I like it. It's and of course, you know, like me, like as a content creator, it's a really nice way you can look and see what kind of shit I'm doing. Like, you can look at what I am playing, because especially like right now, because like I said, I'm playing stuff off stream too now. I used to have a bad problem of wanting to be like, oh, I can save that for live stream with that. I'm kind of settled with the fact that I just can't do that. That's not realistic for the amount of shit I have. But yeah, you know, you can go and be like, oh, he's playing Diablo 4. He's not live streaming. He's live streaming these 2 games, but he's playing Diablo 4 on the side there. And to be honest, I am actually liking the game way more than 3. I don't like it being online only, sadly, but, you know, that's a different thing to talk about when we get to a review of that. But, yeah, like, I think it's a really nice idea. Like, I honestly don't have a lot of complaints. I just really wish they'd have a web browsers, and that's the only real, actual broken thing I found with it, that few little things they could add with, like, searching that. But anyway, again, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, take it easy. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you all next time out in the Proving Grounds. Take it easy.